Alvin blows that pussy, no one's working it.
Catch you soon. Pretty sure it's your round. Catch me in my round.
I'll have you know, I am
tinkering with one hammer isn't gonna kill you.
Unless Alvin and his cronies hear about it. Now leave me be.
If you slow down, I'll catch you. I'll catch you.
This should be useful. Now I just need to find Erend and help him clear the bristlebacks. Shop looks closed.
Yep.
Can I still use the workbench?
I ain't gonna stop you.
Must be someone around here worth talking
Boy, less stomping, more looking. You oblivious or just rude? Boy, flag. There you are.
Hey, Milduff. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strider in a sleeper hole.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Oven didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me. Now I've even worn out my special grill. Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted?
Some of your food?
Of course.
Are Ulvin's people causing you problems?
Oh, yeah. They constantly demand my best, but the equipment I need to make my signature dishes isn't built for batch cooking. And don't get me started on the Ulvin discount they feel so entitled to.
And if you refuse?
I make meals. No trouble.
How did you end up in Chainscrape?
Heard about a new and upcoming town at the edge of the frontier. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. I was in need of work. So I got myself... Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before. Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back.
Your last customer mentioned you're cooking. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly. But my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes. I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to... Even if I already had the right ingredient... Unless you can source me a temporary replacement.
What do you need?
For the ingredients, a few pieces of decent wild meat, that'll do. As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice, until I can have a new one forged. you'd likely find one in a scrounger pile. If you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Mildef. I'll keep an eye out.
So that's what gratitude sounds like.
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
If you say so.
Already. Got enough meat and bitter leaf. Just need to grab a metal panel from the scrounger pile.
You know, we're on the same side here,
Oh, hey! Haven't seen you around before.
us all.
Oh, drop the act. We all know it was the Carja who let the bristlebacks into the valley. Sent them straight through the gates of barren light.
That is preposterous. Why would we let dangerous creatures into our own land?
You mean the...
What do you want, Ulvund? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the savior herself. Walloper of Derval, gutter of youth.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Ulvund Freeholder, at your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your saviorly attention must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast. You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble, ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The, burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osseram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more.
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. We're laborers, not soldiers. Until the Carja clean up their mess and give us the fair deal we deserve, I'm not risking Osseram lives.
Fair deal? You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of all the good Osseram laborers of this land who do all the back-breaking work, while only the Carja reap the rewards. All we're asking for is the ability to share in this prosperity for a land worked by the people, for the people.
Right. And just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community, of course.
If chain scrape is on Carja land, shouldn't a Carja be in charge? Who appointed you?
The sensibilities of good Osseram folk, of course. You think a Carja can head this whole venture? Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek from Barren Light without losing a few screws.
So you have no real authority then? People only follow you because you say so. Loudly.
Anyone who has followers has authority. I've been with Chainscrape from the beginning. I mean, I'm practically its founder, and its honest folk know I'm indispensable to its success.
You said you founded Chainscrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in Barren Light's shadow. I invested in the mine, convinced some friends back home to do the same, and here we are. You could say Chainscrape is what it is thanks to me.
Oh, so you're not just standing around and profiting off everyone else?
Not at all. Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, but my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being of these honest, working Osram.
You said you've...
I invested. You could say...
Oh, so you're not just...
Not at all. But my main is to look after the well...
Where's the whistle?
Right in the middle of town. But with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Osram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is going to get moving.
If that's what it takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle. Better see what that Carja magistrate wanted. I bet he's in the tavern.
Has brought us together yet again. Break it, you boss.
Eyes up here, sister!
I met a beer I didn't like.
Ah, Savior! Over here! Savior, thank you for taking the time, and my condolences that you had to endure Ulvund's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's...
The idea that the Carja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
How did the bristle...
No one knows for sure. The first report of them, but unless they have wings, I don't see how they could have come over.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is Barren Light. Look, if you can get to the bottom, help me shut.
What is this concession decree that Ulvund wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions mine.
Let me guess. Because he's...
Exactly. He could secure more investment for their new...
He can't get those investments?
No. Not while there's a... Hence, why the concession, and why blaming the... No matter how...
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the sun. It was an...
But your job would be a lot easier, like Ulvund blasting hot...
Ulvund's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chainscrape. Now, I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
You said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran.
Good place to start looking.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvund will stop blaming the Karja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Barren Light instead.
Aloy, change your mind about that brew? We're not game. Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
Ha! There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Ulvund grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table! Don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually.
So the bristlebacks in the Daunt. Where did they come from?
That's the thing. No one rightly knows. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But I heard talk of some vanguards trying to take them down.
Did they come through here?
Stopped by briefly for supplies. Ulvund was none too pleased. Won't be able to crank it to his advantage once the bristlebacks are gone.
But how could bristlebacks and the Daunt help Ulvund?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks came from, Ulvund has taken to blaming the Karja for them. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
And people actually believe him?
Lots of folks suffered at the hands of the Mad King during the Red Raids. Give him half a reason, they'll blame the Karja for anything.
Damn Karja slavers.
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back. But realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
So about Ulvund.
Around here, everything's about Ulvund.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Karja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
This concession decree, what is it exactly? And how would it help Ulvund?
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Olvind has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osra municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign.
Well, I have to be going. Thanks for the drink, Petra. I'm glad I stopped by.
Anytime, Flamehair.
Hey, Ray. Fancy. Come to revel in some.
I was just...
First timer. Well, aren't you? I got an extra set. A Tanakh original, straight out of the Forbidden West. Sit. I'll run you through it in a hot... I'll give you something special if you want it. All right, let's start off simple. The Tanakh like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy. We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner? That there. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move, how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from, and of course... Okay, that's enough for now. I own the board, since this is your first time. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board. Pick up that machine piece to your... And remember, take a look at your notes if you... Easy enough, huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines each round, so go ahead and pick a second machine. Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. We're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces? Try with that machine on your... Now move the piece close enough to attack one of my machines. When performing it, you'll be testing your machine's combat power. A machine's combat power is a combination of and its own attack. This board only has grassland terrain, which has no effect on, and your current machine has 2 points. So in total, your since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has, and just like your machine, it's... So right now, the difference in combat power between the 2 machines, this means your machine can do 2 points of damage to my machine. Did you get all that? Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by... Not pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that second machine. See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. That lets it move 1 space further. Try it out. Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now, some players like to take a risk and overcharge their machine. Overcharging lets you attack after a sprint, but it will damage your... So use at your own discretion. Let's try doing that now so you can see what I'm... That's about it for your turn, then. Now, I'll let you in on a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds, machines have both armored points and weak points. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is thickest. Hit them there, and you'll do some damage. Now, red shows the machine. Here, let me show you. Rotate that piece so your machine face... Now let that machine... Off the board she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked. Go ahead and move downwards toward. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But if you overcharge your machine, you can attack and by the look of your machine, you'd be sacrificed. But sometimes overcharge your machine to attack my. Ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine was knocked out at the same time as we both get the victory points our machines are. Good news is, since you're the one, you're gonna receive your victory, which means you can reach the coveted 7 That's why sometimes losing a piece. Now, you'll notice you didn't get, but you did. That means that wasn't so hard. Just remember to always check for the best terrain to attack. You'd be surprised the advantage. I know it saved my behind. Oh, these are all my spare pieces. It's a small set, but it should be enough. You might even fancy looking out for them strike carvers. They've got all kinds of unique pieces, though they'll need the right materials to. Or you might find them in the wilds if you're lucky. I know I've lost my fair share of pieces after a night of machine hunting or brew hopping. No need to thank me. Always a pleasure to help out new strike players. Now, if you feel like playing a real game, I've got plenty of other boards. I could even teach you a few more tricks if you're up for it.
Thanks.
I knew I'd make a strike player out of you yet. How about this time I tell you how to use a board's terrain to your advantage? This one's got all the different terrains you can encounter in a game of Strike. Knowing when and how to use them can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Terrain mainly affects your machine's combat power. As you know, when fighting an opponent's machine, you compare its combat power to the higher your machine's combat power, the more damage you can do. So finding the right terrain is an essential strategy for overpowering your opponent. Here, I'll show you. Grab that piece to your left and move to attack my machines. Now let's take a look. Combat power is the sum and the value of the... Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's also standing on forest terrain with a value. Add those together, and your machine has 3 points of combat. My machine is standing on grassland terrain with a value of It's also not attacking, which means... So my combat power, this means your machine can do... Go ahead and test. There you go. Now, choosing the... It can also help defend. Grab your other piece and place it in front of... Since it's standing on grassland terrain, this means your machine's combat power adds up to 2 points. My machine can't use their attack power, but they're standing on forest terrain, which is worth 1 point. This means this means that the spot you're about, which means my machine, if we compare the combat power of both machines, you'll see that you won't be able, whenever you're unable to top an opponent's combat power, you can still choose to attack and break their machine's defenses and go ahead, try it out and see. See? When you break a machine's defenses, you can knock it backwards. Sure, both our machines will receive 1 point of damage, but knocking my machine off that terrain makes it more vulnerable to attacks. Not only that, if my machine had been blocked from moving backwards, it would have received an extra point of damage. And if my machine had been blocked by another one of my pieces, that machine would have... That's why breaking a machine's to deal damage useful, right? There's still one more thing I want to show. All right, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's combat power. However, there are 2 other terrains that work a little differently. This is what we call a chasm. Only flying machines can be placed on those. But it'll take away 2 combat points if you do. So this is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 It'll also keep your machine from moving for the rest of the turn. Here, let me show you. Grab that. See? All you can do now is wait for, or you can overcharge. You can still attack any nearby enemies so you're not completely... Well, I think that promise it'll all come in. Here for more tips? Why don't I tell you a bit more about the pieces we used to play? In a normal game, you get to choose which machines you place on the board. Each one is worth a certain number of setup points, and you can spend up to 10 assembling your army. Knowing what each machine brings to the game and building an army that matches is the key. When assembling your army, there are first and foremost, you can never have more than 4 of the same machine on the board. With that in mind, how far they can move or how much attack power they have. But a real strike player will be looking at a machine's type and skills. Let's take a quick look, shall we? Pick up that machine on your left. All right, let's talk about the different ways in which, in other words, if you look at your notes, you'll see this machine here. You can also tell by a melee type machine attacks the first enemy within range. We've seen this plenty, so just move that piece forward. Great, now grab your looks like we've got ourselves a gunner type machine here. This means they'll only hit the farthest enemy in their attack range. Let's move that machine forward so we can take... Let's go. This is a ram type machine. Attack an enemy with it and it'll push like this. See, now my machine has taken... This is a great way to take the advantage away from your opponent if they have the higher ground. Looks like we have one more piece to look at. Now this is a beat. When it attacks, every machine in its path. So make sure you take a good look at the board before. You should also make sure it's able to fit. Otherwise, you won't be. Here, I'll show you. Look, it even rotated your piece. A nifty little piece you'll definitely want to. If you look at your notes, you'll notice this particular machine has one. There's quite a few of those, and but I'm pretty sure it's got. Oh, I think that about does it for now. Let's play. Time to make my move. Board's all yours. I'm up. That's it for me. That was brutal. Now that was a game, even if I lost. Come back anytime, Red. Aloy, please, have a seat. Let's do this. You're up, Red. Okay, let's see. Your turn. Time to get serious. Your move, Red. Knocked right off the board. Nice! Board's all yours. My turn. Looks like you're down to one piece. Oh, only one machine left. I'm up. You're up, Red. My turn. That's it for me. Time to get serious. Your move, Red. Okay, let's see. Your turn. Time to make my move. I'm up. Your move, Red. Time to make my move. Time to get serious. That's it for me. Oh, I thought I had that one. Good luck. My turn. You're up, Red. I was hoping you wouldn't do that. Okay, let's see. Your turn. Off the board it goes. My turn. Board's all yours. Well, that's done now. I'm up. Board's all yours. Okay, let's see. One less piece on the board. Knocked right off the board. Bold choice. Ah, off the board it goes. Your move, Red. Time to get serious. That's it for me. Oh, seriously? Time to make my move. Your turn. Ah, looks like I lost. This is gonna be fun. You're up, Red. Time to make my move. Board's all yours. My turn. You're up, Red. One less piece on the board. Well, that's done now. That was brutal. Knocked right off the board. Ah, off the board it goes. Time to get serious. Gotta say, your odds aren't good, Red. Well, spark my forge. You have beaten me on every one of my boards. Now that deserves a prize, I say. I'll see you later, Aloy.
That reminds me.
You wanted to speak to me?
Well, you know better than anyone it's a dangerous world out there, and not just against machines. Name's O'Dirk. This here's my training pit. Best place to practice close combat this side of the Forbidden West. Say, I wonder who'd win in a fight. You, the savior of Meridian, champion of the East, or the Enduring, master of the West.
Who?
The Enduring, a legendary Tenakth fighter, the master of masters. I've heard the Tenakth have training pits just... It's how the warriors get... And only the very best from the pits get to...
So, to find the Enduring, I should look for these...
You'll have to go far if you do. The 3 clans, 3 capitals, 3 training pits. My guess is you'd have to beat if the Tenakth don't kill you once. But that's a far spark. I also offered challenges.
Who would I be...
Well, I know you're the sage, but you have to beat all the others first. We only use dual blades and practice. These drunken fools would run them. You have to leave everything but your spear and practice there. But So?
I might be.
That's what I like to hear.
You can find.
Where'd I put my shoe?
If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. That didn't do it. Try again. That didn't do it. Try again. Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. Either that or hit them from behind.
So blurry. Hope to catch you soon.
That didn't do it. Try again.
I've practiced enough.
Still got... Up for some training?
You always look so...
If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. Either that or hit them from behind. That didn't do it. Try again. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. Either that or hit them from behind. That didn't do it. Try again.
Ah, finally.
Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. Either that or hit them from behind. If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable.
Ignore a drink. That's it. Whoa!
That didn't do it. Try again. Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. Either that or hit them from behind.
I can take her.
That didn't do it. Try again.
same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. Either that or hit them from behind. That didn't do it. Try again. Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. Either that or hit them from behind. If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable.
Petra, say hi.
That didn't do it. Try again. If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. That didn't do it. Try again.
Anything happen after I left yesterday?
That energy doesn't last forever. Shoot the glowing part of your opponent before the energy fades.
Maybe finally someone who will outdrink me, huh?
That spirit can give you the edge in battle. Keep energizing it, and then your enemies. Triggering those energy blasts should help you vanquish your opponents. If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. That didn't do it. Try again.
Almost ready to go?
If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. Either that or hit them from behind.
That's some good gear you got there, Red.
That didn't do it. Try again. If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then that didn't do it. Try again.
That's all for now.
Let me... Here to practice, friend.
You!
If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. That didn't do it. Try again. If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. That didn't do it. Try again.
Sparks of the earth.
Hey, I thought you were by now.
If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. Either that or hit them from behind.
You've got good stories to tell.
That didn't do it. Try again. If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. Either that or hit them from behind. That didn't do it. Try again. If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. That didn't do it. Try again.
sharp as ever.
If you keep repeating the same attack, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. That didn't do it. Try again.
Takes more than that to keep me down.
If you keep repeating the same attack, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. Close attention to your opponent's stance. Read their intentions. Choose your attacks to break their defense. Can you do better?
Maybe finally someone who will allow drinking, huh?
Yield! I yield! Well fought, friend.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Ooh. Serves me right for thinking I could... Here, have this. A little something for the new champion.
Thank you, Hodurk.
Don't be a stranger now.
I should go.
I'll be here if you want to practice more.
boss will do a lot of damage. Scavengers. Natives said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles. Scroungers. Natives said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles. Scroungers. Natives said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles. This will be over quick with Frost armor. acid will eat right through that metal. Scroungers. Mildev said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles. Could try using acid ammo. Scroungers. Mildev said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles. scavengers. Native said I could find another panel in one of their scrap piles. Acid ammo will make this go quick. Through the scrap piles for a metal panel. I think I have everything I need for Mildev. Good thing, too. I can use a decent meal.
Ah, there you are. I happen to receive another visit from Olvin himself. He was pushy, but I stood my...
I'm listening.
When I made his meal. Instead of two...
I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me, but...
Wow. Mildef, that was inspired.
Next time you want the best provisions, you know where to find me. And your next order of any dish will be on the house.
Thanks.
Funny you should say that. As it happens, I'm already cooking up my next portion of resistance. Hope to see you again. Back for that free meal?
Might be a good idea to stock up on some food before I head back out. And see what else Mildef's cooking up.
Charge! You might have beaten me, but you're
See you later, O'Dirk.
Farewell then.
Let's do this then. Tripwire? The whole area's rigged with them.
Hey, you! Make it worth your while if you kill these scroungers.
It's always something. Hold tight! See what I can do!
Try luring them into the tripwire.
Machine will take a lot of damage from acid.
Just like I thought.
Machine hunting's a youngin's game. Come on over. Let me give thanks proper like. I see you're a practiced hunter. Took you less time to kill those scroungers than vanguards to kill one bristleback.
So the vanguards came through here?
Yeah, just a bit ago. Took down that bristleback, headed south. But then those scroungers showed up to carve the carcass, as they do.
South, after more bristlebacks?
Probably. This whole valley is swarming with them. The vanguard seemed dead set on getting rid of them.
I see.
Hold on there, Red. If you're gonna go chasing across the Daunt, you're gonna want a tripcaster. Not just any tripcaster.
Workmanship looks solid enough.
Yep. Been tweaking the design since I left Chain Scrape. More room to tinker out here and less chance of, well, accidents.
Did something happen in Chain Scrape? Let me guess.
Back when I had a place in town, kept pressing for the Ulven discount. I can't prove it, but felt it best to put some distance between...
Cable car operator told me the bristlebacks just appeared yesterday. Do you know anything about them?
How is old Karn? Back in the day, me and him got into all... There was this one time that...
Anything about the bristlebacks?
No. Karn said true. Just lucky for me, I've got you and the Vanguard swooping in time to save my backside.
I should get going. Thanks for the tripcaster.
While you're blasting bristlebacks, I think I'll head down to the hunting grounds. Did you know they have a tripcaster trial? Come by later if you want to try it out.
Maybe. So Erend headed south. Should... be able to pick up his tracks with my focus. From the old world. Looks like some kind of building in front of sheer cliffs. The image is incomplete. But maybe if I line it up exactly with where it was taken, my focus can fill in the rest. Nope. I should find another spot. Ruins of a bridge. Maybe it's the same one from the image. I could try to line it up around here. I think I'm getting close. There it is! Oh. Completing the image unlocked a data file. It looks like these vista points were made by... Miriam Technologies. That was Elizabeth's company. I wonder if I can find more of them out in the wild.
Mighty thankful to you, Savior.
Just Aloy is fine.
Aaron mentioned you're not one for fancy titles.
You're Vanguard.
Well, here to escort Wadis' delicate behind to the embassy.
If we can get rid of these bristlebacks.
Captain said to keep an eye on Chainscrape, then these ugly lugs showed up.
Gave the first one a good beating.
But didn't quite have time to roll out of the way when it fell.
Told you it wasn't a good idea to eat that much before heading out.
I should probably get going.
Now, if you see any more of these bristlebacks...
I'll make sure to roll out of their way.
Might want to take some of these with you as well. They're handy in a pinch.
Thanks.
Stay safe, Aloy.
Tracks. Maybe Aaron's and the Vanguard's. It's a ruin from the old world. I could find something interesting inside. Okay, what do we have in here? Looks like this door needs some kind of key module. Maybe there's one in the ruin? Got some data here. Oh, great. That should be useful. There's a code for the locked door in this data. But I still need to find a key mod. Okay, gotta find a key for the door. with me. There's more of the ruin down here. Where to now? Well, I can't reach the ledge above now. Guess I'll have to find another way up. No more light down here. I think I've hit a snag. Create some distance first. Down it goes. Okay. Now where does this lead? A key module. Okay, let's see if this key fits. There. Looks like this needs a code, too. I think some of the data I picked up might help. I'm in. What is this thing? I'll keep it safe. Maybe I'll figure out what to do with it later. Sounds like someone's putting up a fight.
Another one down!
Now this is what I was forged for. No lectures to fill. No boring mid-afternoon patrols. Just the hammer. Just the fight. Aloy?
Erend! Stay where you are. I'll handle the rest. I could drop those logs on the machines. Those bristlebacks have acid canisters on their backs. It should trigger a chain reaction if I hit them with acid arrows. That'll help with that.
Oh, that one hurt. Look at that thing whizzing away. Oh, that one hurt. Oh, that one hurt.
Like hammer to metal. Good.
Those bristlebacks have acid canisters on their backs. It should trigger a chain reaction if I hit them with acid arrows. Those bristlebacks have acid canisters on their backs. It should trigger a chain reaction if I hit them with acid arrows. Those Those bristlebacks have acid canisters on their backs. It should trigger a chain reaction if I hit them with acid arrows.
Turn into scrap, Aloy.
Those bristlebacks have acid canisters on their backs. It should trigger a chain reaction if I hit them with acid arrows.
Turn into scrap, Aloy. You might have to meet me halfway here. Ah! Oh. Caught me at my best, as usual.
Well, you did the hard part. I just took care of the stragglers. How bad is it?
Who needs ribs, huh? Oh. I'm good. Huh. Okay, well, I know you didn't come all the way to the Daunt just to watch me get wrecked. So what's the story?
I need the embassy to happen, so I can head west. Erend, what I did at the Spire... what we did... it didn't end the threat. It just slowed it down. There's still more to do.
Really? Well, that's great. I mean, yeah, not the threat's not over part, that's not so great. But hey, whatever you're up against, your spear, my hammer, just like old times.
Erend, I need the embassy now. I can't wait for you to heal.
Couple of days rest, if that.
Actually, even if you weren't hurt, what I have to do, it's better if I do it alone.
Alone? Now that figures.
Erend! I hate to interrupt the romance, but I'm pretty banged up here.
Don't blow your blaze, I'm coming.
Oh, this just keeps getting better. Huh. Listen, I'll go to Barren Light, get patched up. If you want this embassy to happen, we're gonna need this sun priest, Studius Wadis.
Oh, I know him. I'll clear the Valley of Bristlebacks, then send Wadis to Barren Light. I'll catch up with you there.
Well, I guess that's sort of like a goodbye.
I'm sorry?
You? Sorry? Yeah, that'd be a first.
Where is this coming from?
Hey, just, forget it, yeah. Oh, it's nothing.
It sounds like something.
All right, fine. Now, after the battle at the Spire, you took off, you left without so much as a handshake. I mean, people like me, we fought and bled at your side, Aloy. You just disappear? What kind of person does that?
Aaron, I left when I did, how I did, for a reason. A good one.
Oh, well, thanks for sharing.
Listen to me. Life on Earth is in danger, and only I can save it.
What are you talking about?
Exactly what I just said. Everything living is going to die unless I fix a piece of technology created by the old ones. And time's running out.
Well, yeah, I guess that's the reason, all right. I'm an idiot.
Aaron! By the Forge.
I guess that's my cue.
Maybe I should go with you to Barren Light.
No, hey, you're needed elsewhere, obviously. We'll make it without you.
That doesn't sound good.
You'll have to handle that one on your own. We'll only slow you down.
Right back now. Into the data from the cauldron. I can find it. Here's the quarry Phyllis mentioned. Looks like the Oseram decided to put up a fight.
You finally got help!
One less machine.
Those axes get us brought friends.
Incoming. Another one down. One less machine.
That's it. Cash in the scrap.
Another one down.
Look at that thing drop.
There. Quarry's safe.
Stranger, come on over here. We gotta talk. Over here, girl. I want to thank you. I don't know what Honora's doing out here, but consider yourself owed. We tried to hold off and wait for the Vanguard, but one of them bristlebacks charged us. Next thing you know was a full-fledged fracas.
Is everyone okay?
We lost some good people, but we would have lost the whole quarry without you.
Well, at least it's quiet now.
Your ears ought to be ringing with a quarry at work, but Chain Scrape's whistle ain't blowing, so we're stuck picking up the pieces.
You need the whistle to get back to work?
Me and my crew were just little cogs out. Can't lift a hammer till Olvin blows that thing. Cause if we work without his say-so, and my people have been through enough.
Olvin holds that much.
He's got the money and almost feels like we stood a better chance with the bristle.
What are you and your crew working?
We're supposed to be working Olvin's claim, digging out stone to show our barren light. But the work stoppage and the bristlebacks cut us short. Never seen those blasted things. Where in Forge Fire did they come from?
I'm not sure. I need to get going. Stay safe.
Thanks to you, that might actually...
I think I've cleared out most of the bristlebacks. Chain Scrape can get back to work now. I'll go give Olvin the good news. Whaties too. Then maybe this embassy can finally happen. Javod said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry. I should see if there's anything in the back of the valley. Dead bristleback out of Falls. Gotta check it out. Dead machines. And a trap. Looks like someone's been trying to keep this trail clear. Be careful not to let this stain my hands. Another dead bristleback? I have charged off the cliff above. I should keep going up the trail. An old mine. And a lot of broken trees. It's like a stampede went through. Is this where the bristlebacks came from? But how? Unless this cave leads out of the Daunt. Okay, let's see where this leads. The old cart tracks collapsed. It looks recent. Guess I'm not going that way. There's smoke from deeper in the mine. An explosion? A dead bristleback down there? Cart tracks must have given way under it. So the bristlebacks were in here. Bristlebacks. Guess they got trapped in here. I'm gonna have to take them out before I can look around. Better take a look at where the smoke's coming from. There's a lot of smoke. Looks like the mine runs pretty far back. Blaze here to blast a mountain open. And there's a note on one of the barrels. This note's addressed to Oland. Looks like this mine was supposed to be shut down. They must have gotten greedy. Kept blasting deeper into the mountain. I should let Javad know what I found. So Oland was secretly blasting in the mine, trying to squeeze it for all it's worth. Until Bristleback stampeded through. Maybe the explosions blew a way open? But from where?
Alone. We have nothing for you. As surely as the sun sets in the west.
Well, where these people are, I guess they want to be left alone. Time to get Ulvin to blow the whistle, then Wadis to Barren Light.
For the brewmaster.
Oh, this'll really boil. I'll add a sprinkle of cheese.
Savior, what news do you bring?
Picked up the Bristleback trail by the quarry. Looks like they stampeded out of a mine at the back of the valley.
The mine? How could a herd of bristlebacks come from there?
I'm not sure, but Ulvin's workers were using explosives to tap the tunnels inside.
For the love of Dawn, I told him it wasn't worth the risk. Those tunnels, they run for miles underground, even beyond the Daunt. No, you don't think...
That Ulvin's blasting opened up a passage from the other side?
Perhaps. Yes, perhaps. If this is true, we need confirmation. An inquiry. So thorough, so irrefutable, endorsed by the Savior.
All right, I'll keep looking. How does blaming the Karja for the bristlebacks...
Look around. Claiming Osira, well, and Ulvund has plenty...
And if the...
Correct.
I need to go.
Of course.
If I'm gonna find out where the bristlebacks came from, I need to head further west. Another reason to get the embassy going?
Still here, I see.
I cleared out all the bristlebacks.
Oh, you did?
Now that you've recovered from your shock, time to blow the whistle.
Oh there, not so fast. I'll have to send someone out to confirm the kill. Shouldn't take more than a day. Or two.
No. You blow the whistle now.
These are innocent Osram lives we're talking about here. Surely the delay...
Either you do it now, or I will.
Ah, I knew you could do it! Friends, gather round. The savior of Meridian has done it again.
What?
The bristlebacks are defeated. You.
What?
Sound the whistle. Chain Scrape is open for business.
Terrific. Yay.
And Ulvund has agreed to personally pay every worker their lost wages.
Yeah!
That's more like it!
Yeah!
Woo!
Ha-ha!
Yeah! Yeah!
Don't you have an embassy to get to?
Yeah, I guess I do. Well, the chain scrape's back to work. Merchants should be open to trade. I should see if they have anything useful before I send Wadis off to Barren Light.
Stealth, power. Protection. What will you choose?
Missy!
Brought out only the good stuff for you, Red. Seeing as you got that whistle blowing.
Hey, I've been waiting to get my lucky hammer fixed for days.
You haven't done anything useful like getting rid of any bristlebacks, though, have you? Take your time. I promise you won't be disappointed. Come back anytime.
Now can I get this fixed?
I can fix your tools. Afraid there's no fixing you.
What you said? More wrong.
The way to Barren Light is clear. Get moving.
You're not errand vanguardsman. I will move only when the captain
When
says...
I've cleared out all the bristlebacks, which I have. Captain's orders.
So they're okay?
Banged up, but breathing. And waiting up ahead for you.
But I was supposed to have 3 escorts.
I'm off to Barren Light, buddies. Like Aloy said, Captain's orders. You can stay here.
Abandoned to the riffraff? I think not.
Guess you're coming with me then. See you there, Aloy.
Well, now that that's done, the embassy can finally get underway. If I can get through it, I'll be able to track down Silence. Hades. Maybe even a Gaia backup. Guess I could head straight for Barren Light. Or poke around the Daunt some more first.
Armor! Remember, I have the best armor on the... You know what we need? Proper service.
I'm sorry, I'll be right with you.
Okay, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm saying it's overkill.
It's a weapon. Kill is the point.
Not if it blows the user's arm off. Oh, just stop talking.
Where are we? Ah! So, you look like someone who's always searching for a new weapon.
Actually,
But you're just nuts! I am with a customer!
I'm not a customer.
I got it! Triple the powder. It'll blow a Strider sky high. Ba-boom. One-shot kill. Guaranteed.
Maybe I am.
Then you are in the right place at the right time, Red! How would you like to be the proud owner of the world's first machine-enhanced,
explosive, done in one, machine wrecking,
yet perfectly safe, javelin thrower?
Are you two from around here?
Nah, the claim. Dad sent us out west in search of some unknown opportunity. Said we'll know it when we see it.
Sounds like you had other ideas.
Let's just say that opening another trading post for my parents isn't how I want to make my mark in this world. I imagine traveling alone must be nice.
So she's your...
My apprentice and my sister. There was an incident
involving...
Ba-boom!
And Dad's precious homebrew.
Huh. Tell me more about...
Saw a scroll when I was a kid by some cars. Had a scary drawing of a Tenakth warrior. Effective? Yes. But coming out here made me remember it, and I am on the brink.
Whereas I
can use machine parts to enhance the user's throw, increase the projectile's velocity. Well, Boomer here is adamant that enhancing the projectile is namely with
boomsticks.
Why not?
That. I need the parts to make the first... Well, for starters, I'll need...
charger horns. Intact.
Yeah, that. Just be sure to shoot them off before the machine goes down. Otherwise, they break. But the real innovation, keep it to yourself, is a fang horn rib.
There's a mean one east of here. Blow...
Boomer! You get him for me.
You have a deal.
Yeah, you!
Aloy. Back for more, huh? Another round here? Heard you've been busy. As for me, I'm gonna need a few more of these before I get back to the forge.
Is there something on your mind?
Well, things aren't as bad since you got this place running again. But we still got Olvin grating the gears about his
If you don't put that down, I'll come over there and show you how that game ends.
Anyway, to come all this way enduring...
I saw. They won't let anyone up the...
And therein lies a Stormbird crashed up on the... And Talon Cleanbrokers had his eye on the south. But the refugees mustn't interrupt their sun-scorched ritual.
Huh.
Yeah, well, these parts... But overall, they're... Not that it matters to Talon. Maybe you could swing by. Convince him to set up camp somewhere else?
So the bristle...
You're a pig. Blasted thing. They just showed up one day, lost some, but bless the... That put a dent in all the... Now, if only there were some...
But how could bristlebacks and the Daunt help?
2 words. Olvind has taken to... He's hoping to dig up enough old resin until the concession... This is just his... He's been trying to rile up the workers.
About that. I think the bristlebacks came out of Olvin's old mine.
Now, there's a spark that could light a fire. Can you prove...
I'm working on it.
By the forge...
What else can you tell me about the Shadow Carja refugees?
Well, they don't call themselves Shadow Carja for one. At least, not anymore. They're some other brand of sun-crazed. But whatever side of the sun they're on, they're peaceful through and through. Don't seem to want for nothing except a place to live, pray, and just enough food to keep from starving.
So they're just camped outside by a trail, blocking entry to a wrecked Stormbird, waiting for... what, exactly?
don't rightly know. Should they ever wise up and salvage it, and if they get there first, not that Tolan clean brokers.
Who is this?
Just some chuff-huffing pondsman. Got a shop here in town. Lived in Chain Scrape since there was a. He and Ulvin go back a ways.
So Toland works for.
Ha! Ulvin might think, and he ain't the type to let a few refugees.
Well, if I'm up that way, I'll talk to.
Much appreciated.
Petra said Toland has a shop here in Chain Scrape. I could have a word with him first.
You look like someone in need of you.
Ah!
That's you. The machine hunter that bailed out the Karja.
Never heard it put that way before.
What do you want?
Heard you've been hassling refugees up by the cliffs.
Yeah, well, you heard wrong. There's salvage up there. A Stormbird. Nailed him myself with the harpoon here in town. Not an easy shot if I do say so myself. That clipped its wing. And it crashed into the old tower up there. Killed it quick. Yeah, so if anyone's hassling anyone, it's the Shadow Karja filth that's blocking the way up to my claim.
And you're ready to crack some skulls to get to it?
No need. It's a raggedy bunch. Probably all starved before I have to lift a finger.
We'll see about that.
Oh yeah, we will, won't we? Now shop's closed to Karja lovers. On your blasted way.